Welcome everyone, we are live with the sun. We're monitoring solar activity. So I've got the sun live through the Seestar S50 Smart Telescope. Thanks for joining. We are live horizontal mode and vertical mode, so pick your view. So we're monitoring solar activity. We're looking at the sun live right now, everyone, because as we all know, we are reaching or potentially already in solar maximum, which is super interesting because as we know, that's what caused the Aurora Borealis and the Northern Lights recently. It was expected that this weekend, going into tonight and tomorrow, the sunspot that caused the Northern Lights 2 weeks ago was going to come back around into view literally now, but it's actually not quite visible. The Space Weather Prediction Center talked about it. Let me lower the music real quick. But yeah, the Space Weather Prediction Center and another site called Solar Ham was mentioning today that AR3664 has actually come back around. But we can't see it. It's like on the southwest eastern limb. I'll double check that right now. It's too much to the side. Okay, so there's a Space Weather and Aurora website ran by a radio station in Ontario, Canada, and they are saying that AR3664, you can look it up on Twitter or X. They're saying AR3664, which is the large sunspot, the massive monster sunspot that caused the Aurora Borealis and the Northern Lights a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, is now the source of 12X class solar flares between May 8th and May 15th. And it is now located, that sunspot, behind the southeast limb of the sun. So we can't really see it right now. We can't see the sunspot. It is just way too far in right now. For those of you just joining, we are looking at the sun live. Thank you for joining us. I'm gonna zoom in more to the sun right now. I'm gonna zoom in, but will you see these sunspots? So normally if there's not that much of intense activity, wow, look at that big one though, guys. You know what? Oh man, that's not it, is it? They said it's on the southeast limb of the sun. AR3664. I'm just now that I'm zooming in, that's actually pretty big. I'm gonna try to compare with the shots, the pictures that I got of AR3664. Let me check. Wait, what on earth? This is kind of flipping me out. These sunspots are huge though, guys, because right now with the intense, because we're like reaching solar maximum, it possibly already is, and scientists won't really know till like 7 months after it's happened. But this is why there's like so much sunspots on the sun right now. Like if you have a telescope and you've been looking at the sun, you'll notice there's more sunspots than usual, right? Let me move this out. We've got a lot of people on right now. Thank you. We've got 2 different views. Everyone, we've got horizontal view and vertical stream. So pick your view, whichever one is more comfortable for you. And everyone, just last night and into this morning, Astro Room now has officially channel memberships. So if you're curious about that, feel free to go to the homepage. You can hit join and find out about what these channel memberships are. It's a way that you bring support to keep this channel running. And feel free to super chat me to show me support. Thank you for being on right now. We are looking at the sun live through a mini, you could say a mini smart telescope. It's called the Seestar S50. Let me zoom this. Let me see, for those of you on vertical mode. There we go. This sunspot is kind of flipping me out because it's just reminding me of the one from last time. Let me see if I can. Like I said, I was gonna try to compare these pictures because it looks pretty big. It might not be the same one as last time, guys, now that I'm looking at it. I'm trying to compare with the one from recently, from 2 weeks ago. We don't know if the Aurora Borealis is going to come back. I'm telling you guys right now, it doesn't seem like it. Nothing for tonight, but it was expected. The Northern Lights, again, the craziness of them being all over the world. Literally, tonight possibly, because that sunspot AR3664 is sort of almost into view, but not fully. So it's not gonna affect us. It's not gonna be on tonight, unfortunately. I don't think so. I mean, then again, guys, this stuff with you know, the sun and the solar maximum and the solar cycle right now is intense. So, and I noticed that it's like kind of last minute when people find out that there's like the Northern Lights, you know, and this is all thanks to the Space Weather Prediction Center. And did you guys hear about the meteors in Portugal, and then there was one in Singapore too? That's like trending all over social media. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Let me know where you're watching from, guys. I'm battling some intense winds with my scope. So if you see the sun is a bit jittery here and there, that's I'm battling it. Hit me with the like, guys, if you're loving this, if you're loving looking at space live, looking at the sun live right now. Hit me with the like. It's a beautiful day here in Southern California. I have the telescope out. It's very windy. And you're looking at the sun. That's what you're looking at on the screen right now, live. If this is the first time you're finding this stream, let me know. Yeah, Jay, I hear you in the chat. The 3664. That's what I'm trying to figure out, if it's that one right there, because the one towards the left, I'm going to point to it with my cursor. You know, because they said it's like right towards the corner. It was mentioned today. So I'm wondering if that's what it is. I'm like digging into it right now. I'm researching. But I haven't seen any more updates from the Space Weather Prediction Center, because that was updated earlier, about 6 hours ago they posted it. Or let me see. Yeah, 6 hours ago from the Space Weather and Aurora website in Ontario, Canada. They said 6 hours ago, AR3664 is now located just behind the southeast limb of the sun. And the shot that they sent, it's like way in the corner, like almost like towards the back. So I don't even know just how, like, you know, it's way too in the back corner, and I don't think it would have moved so quickly to the front where it is now within 6 hours. I really don't think so. But, you know, it looks like then that means that it's held out, because they weren't sure if... Hey, Darwin in Indiana, thanks for joining. It's what was I saying? So they were 2 weeks ago, they weren't sure if it was even gonna hold out. So the fact that there's proof that it's like on the southeast limb of the sun right now, way in the back, you're right, Jay. It hasn't come out fully around for us to see it right now in view. You know, but that's okay, because look at all these sunspots right now. So if AR3664 has been holding out really well, then hey, it might, you know, as it continues moving around, we might get it back in view. That would be really cool. And it could that, you know, and what's going to happen is it's going to cause the aurora borealis again. That's what we all want, right? The northern lights, and in places where people had never seen them before, in the tropics, everywhere, right? It could come back. People in Florida looking at the northern lights, people in Texas, people in the UK, in London. And if you're loving this stream, hit me with a like, guys. Jay, let me know where you're watching from. Trevor, are you in Russia? Where are you located? This is incredible. Sliwa 420. I see you on the other stream, on the vertical stream. I've got people on two different chats, guys, because of two different views of the stream. So I'll be live streaming most likely again tonight. Looks like I've got insane clear skies, so feel free to come back in a few more hours. It might be already evening for some of you, but it's 4:20 p.m. here in Southern California right now. And in a few hours, you know, as it gets dark, I want to live stream some globular clusters before the moon comes up. I really want to look at some deep space objects. It'll be fun. So feel free to join me in later too, if you're still up. Welcome, Liam. Yeah, it's a good amount of sunspots. It's pretty wild. Yeah. It's awesome. This is awesome. Let me move the sun a little bit here on the vertical stream. Yeah, you can watch me live right now on your TV. Yeah, put it on live on the TV. It's super cool to watch this giant on your TV. Thanks, Jay. Jerry, welcome from India. Jay from Mississippi. Oh, I love Mississippi. I lived in Texas before California, so I grew up in Texas. So I went to Mississippi many times. Yeah, let's hope, guys. Let's hope this sunspot group comes back around. AR3664. We get it back in view. And man, let's see. Let's see. It looks like it's held out. It's held out. And if we can just get that thing back in view and it continues to stay strong, then we'll get to see those northern lights. insane, the sunspots, guys. Welcome, Jess Opto. Jess Opto. Thank you for joining the stream. Make sure you guys subscribe if you're new to this. I do live space streams focusing on the sun right now with the telescope. Wow, Jess, you spent how much building an H alpha filter? I guess to try to look at the sun and... Wow, blowing my mind, man. Oh man, I mean, you know, guys, I'll be honest. I want to get the Lunt 40mm telescope. Let me know if you guys have one of those. I am dying to get that, and maybe even do some live streams where I combine both the mini telescope that I have now, the Seestar, and you know, and a Lunt with the hydrogen alpha, H alpha filter. But this is interesting what you're telling me, Jess. Hey guys, so what I was saying 2 weeks ago when I was doing the live stream of the sun again, please know that if you feel that you can't see the northern lights, even if you live in pretty dark skies, once it's like announced or you see it all over social media, if you catch it in time that you know that they're out there but you are outside and you can't see it, use your phone. Grab your phone. Remember, your cell phones are pretty powerful devices. They can see and they can capture light that you cannot see. So make sure you use your phone and take video, take pictures, because your phone, even at from what I read, 3-second exposures, your phone can catch the northern lights, the aurora borealis, which is pretty wild. So yeah, if the northern lights, you know that they're out there, you're looking up, you can't see them, take pictures, you will get them on your phone. Gorgeous pictures on your phone and video. Get both. Welcome, visiting from or viewing, tuning in from Canada. Vilain Copin, thank you. Hi, Jesus Castañeda. Thank you for joining. Yes, we are looking at the sun live through a telescope. For those of you wondering and asking in the chat, yes, this is live the sun through a smart telescope. These sunspots, guys, this is many Earths wide. We're talking about the one like 2 weeks ago, it was 16 and 17 times the diameter of the Earth. Because keep in mind, more than 1,000,000 Earths can fit inside the sun. So what we're looking at is monster huge, right? I'm battling some winds, so if it gets a little shaky for you on your end, it's on my telescope. It is just trying to battle some winds. I'm trying to cover the winds from hitting it too much, but the winds are a little bit fierce here. If you live in Southern California, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But these sunspots that we're looking at right now, this stuff is monster huge. So this is the sun live right now. Yes. And this stuff, this is so big, we cannot fathom it. We cannot imagine, because it is several Earths huge, big, wide. Right? You just see these little tiny spots, but no, I'm telling you, this stuff is insanely big. So because the sun is potentially in a solar maximum stage right now, every decade or so, or every 20 years or so, this is why we're seeing intense sunspots and huge activity, solar storms that cause aurora borealis. So it is possible that we get them again. Nothing is 100% sure at this moment, but it is possible. It is possible. Thanks for subscribing. Okay, guys. I want to show you those of you right now on the horizontal stream. I'm gonna try to show it also on the other stream. Do you see this, guys? Let me pull it up. So this is a video of the sun today, and let me move it up so you can see it better. And I will, give me 1 second here, you guys on the vertical stream. Because like I said, I have 2 streams up. One is running on vertical mode on your phone devices. You can see it in a different mode from horizontal, the other one. So this is literally, you see it's on loop. This is literally what we're looking at. This is the sun today, Space Weather Prediction Center live view. This is wild. I want this bigger for you guys. Look at that. Yes, this is the Seestar S50. This is the Seestar S50. Welcome, Stefan McNamara. Thank you for joining. And we're monitoring sun activities. This is the sun live. There we go. I just got it up on the vertical stream. I'm trying to show you guys. This is the sun activity today recorded from the Space Weather Prediction Center. That's what you're looking at. Pull it up a bit more. You see this video, it's on loop. That is live imaging, a composite image of the sun today. Yeah, so this telescope is not the best for planetary. Not that we cannot see Jupiter, because we certainly can with this telescope. I'm addressing those of you in the chat wondering. So yeah, this scope is not built for planetary. We can see Jupiter through here, but it's and I actually, if you're curious how Jupiter does look through here, I have videos on my channel, on this channel, the Astro Room. It looks cool without a doubt, but this is like a mini smart telescope, so you know it's not the best. Wasn't specifically created for planetary, but you definitely can see Jupiter through this scope. So right now, because it's daytime, I'm not, going to focus on Jupiter. It's going to be way more difficult to get Jupiter in the daytime. It'd be easier in the evening. Right now, though, Jupiter is not visible. I think only like in 3 a.m. or something. It'd have to be really early in the morning. It's not really a good time to look for Jupiter, or convenient time at this time. around spring right now, going into summer. Yeah, my favorite planet, definitely Jupiter and Saturn. I love looking at Saturn through a telescope too. What about you guys? But yeah, feel free to check out if you're curious how Jupiter looks through this telescope. I've actually posted in another video how Jupiter looks in a bigger telescope that is built for planetary. I did a comparison between the Celestron and the Seestar. Yes, Stefan, you're right. Depends where you are to view planetary, to view Jupiter, perhaps. Got some people just now joining. We're streaming the sun live through a smart telescope. Welcome, Chris. Thanks for joining. Yeah, make sure you never look directly at the sun with the naked eye, with your eyes. Through this telescope does not have an eyepiece. So what I'm actually screen mirroring the app that comes with this telescope that will let you look at anything in space on your phone or on your tablets, on your iPads or whatever device that you have. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So this is not like with an eyepiece. Yeah, so and you have to be really safe with that stuff. Never look at it directly. The only way you can look at the sun directly is you have to have protection with your eyes, right? Like solar eclipse glasses. If it's still daytime where you are, take a look at the sun, but only if you have solar eclipse glasses. You don't have to wait till there's an eclipse to look at the sun. You can definitely look at it when you have proper eye protection, such as your solar eclipse glasses. Yes, Darwin. So that's why we can't see. It's not that good for planetary, this telescope, because of the focal length. That's right. Welcome, Astro Emma. Thank you for joining. Hi, Frank. In my vertical stream, we are looking at the sun live. Welcome. Hit subscribe if this is your first time. Chris, I am using the Seestar S50 Smart Telescope and I'm live streaming it because it comes with an app. It's absolutely incredible. It's a mini smart telescope. I will put it in the chat on the vertical stream. And that's the telescope name. Anyone can get this telescope. It's amazing. And you can look at the link in the description. It's there. You can click on it and look at it. Feel free to get it for yourself. And this telescope, it's portable. You can travel with it. It's small. It's very lightweight. I'm hearing of parents that use it with their children, their 8-year-old children, 12-year-old child too, and they're learning how to use it. Very user friendly. Very user friendly. It's absolutely, you know, I was all about traditional telescopes until now. The future is here, guys, with smart telescopes. These are smart telescopes. And even though I love traditional telescopes, there's just nothing like using these smart telescopes because it just makes setup easier. It's super user friendly. And this channel is dedicated to exactly to this particular scope and the smart telescopes in general. I love talking about them, but in particular it's this one, the Seestar S50. Welcome, Professor of Logic. I love that name. Yes, that is one hot-looking sun. That's the sun live. So through this telescope, we cannot see solar flares. What I was mentioning earlier is I would love to get a telescope that can do that. The Lunt 40 millimeter, 35 millimeter, those scopes can do that. They have specific filters, hydrogen alpha, H alpha filters where you can see the sun. But someone was mentioning earlier that they have spent thousands. I was in shock. And they said they still couldn't see the sun that well as we're seeing it now through this telescope that I have, which is very affordable scope. Everyone, if you look into this scope, pretty affordable for what you get. It's worth it. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's look at the full disk of the sun. Yeah, protect your eyes, guys. Never look at the sun directly. Never look at the sun directly unless you have proper eye protection, and never point your telescope at the sun directly. Unless you know what you're doing, you have special filters and all of that good stuff. This live stream is absolutely not sponsored, so your subscribe and your likes, your support. Feel free to send me a super chat. If you're loving this, hit me with a like too. All of that, I really appreciate it. There's those of you that have already supported in the past and continue to, and all of that, thank you. So yeah, this live stream is in no way sponsored by this telescope, company. And yeah, what you're seeing is this is just me on my own, guys. Love bringing this stuff to you. Yes, Chris. The moon, you can see the moon amazing with this telescope. I have done live streams of the moon as well. You can find it on this channel. And it's absolutely beautiful no matter what phase of the moon, like if it's the crescent moon, the half moon, the full moon. Beautiful stuff through this scope. Just awesome. And you can feel free to look up the videos on this channel that, you know, they're on there of how it looks if you're curious. That's right, Darwin. Welcome, Carl. Thanks for joining. Hit subscribe, all you guys, if this is your first time. Jesus on the live chat, I remember I'm not looking at this directly with my eyes. I am indoors. My telescope is outside. My telescope is outside. I am indoors. I leave the scope outside. I connect it to an app that this telescope comes with. It connects through Wi-Fi. It can connect wirelessly. You just connect it. The scope comes with a built-in Wi-Fi. That's why it can track the sun. It knows where the sun is at. It knows where the moon is at night. Any deep space object you can practically think of. And I am just looking at it the same way you're looking at it, just on a screen, on my tablet or on my phone. That's how we're seeing the sun. So I am not even outside. Tonight, when I come on live again, there's some nights where I'll like have my camera on. So when I have my camera on, you can see me. I'm like indoors streaming for you guys. So I'm definitely not outside right now. It's warm out there. It's windy. I'm indoors in the comfort of my own home, looking at the sun through this telescope. I'm not looking. There's no eyepiece on here. It's just hooked up to an app. Welcome, Chris, and again, another welcome to you because you've joined. You're a member now of this channel. Thank you so much. Awesome. Feel free to check out the membership, guys, of this channel. This is new, and yeah, it helps support the channel, to be honest, everyone. Because like I said, I'm not sponsored by any telescope company in any way. And your support means so much to me. So thank you for becoming a member. Thank you, Chris. The whole point of being a member, guys, members, if you join the channel as a member, besides subscribing, but there's an extra bonus if you become a member because you get access to exclusive perks. You get to stand out in the live chat like Chris. You can, you know, in your comments, they'll stand out more to me. So it brings more attention to me to address your comments and things like that. You get personal badges, member-only emojis to use. And these emojis are directly images with the Seestar telescope that I've taken personally. So check it out. And thank you. I can't do it without your support. So thanks for joining and becoming a member. Yes, so I'll be out again tonight, my plan, because it looks like we're going to have a beautiful clear night here in Southern California. And I'll be out again tonight. Before the moon comes up, I want to image and live image some globular clusters, some famous ones. So stay tuned for that. We'll look at some deep space. Hey Neil, welcome, and tell me about the SV Boni 105. Amazing. You're saying it's amazing scope. Let me know about it. Why is it your favorite? Hi Jim. Thanks Jim for letting me know you just finished capturing the sun 45 minutes ago. In Portland. Oh, I love Portland. Yeah, Jim, we've got some good sunspots today. Like, matter of fact, let me take a screenshot of this. Let me take a shot of this because that's what's so cool about this telescope. You can just, you're looking at something and you love it, boom. Take a picture quick, save it, and it saves directly to your phone or to your tablet. I love bringing these live streams to you, so thank you, Chris. Thank you for joining. Welcome to the Titan Orion membership. The moon is rising late today, which I'm happy about, guys, because you know when the moon rises a little late, you can get better observing time, because we've got like practically almost a full moon right now. Almost full moon, but it's rising late at like after or like around 11:30 p.m. so in my location, so that means we'll get some nice you know, my goal is to go live again tonight. We're gonna get some nice images tonight before the moon gives us too much moonlight and then we can't see deep space as well. So check it out tonight if you're still up. You know, it's so early for me still here in California, so if you're still up in the evening, I'll be on for a bit. I hope to bring you another live stream tomorrow, so gotta love it, because we gotta keep monitoring the sun activity. And I don't know, we're gonna have some new news, you know, an update from the Space Weather Prediction Center. Those that are right, they're monitoring the sun to see if that sunspot comes back around AR3664, because it's on the southeast limb, guys. I was talking about it earlier. It's on, and you know, if this thing has been holding out, and if that comes back around, we're gonna get, I hope, some northern lights, aurora borealis again. So Damon C, welcome. Amit Kumar, very gorgeous the sun it is, and welcome to the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, if this is your first time we're looking at the sun live. Those of you haven't let me know yet where you're watching from, feel free to let me know. Don't be shy. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, another live stream. Tonight, I'll be doing some fun live streaming tomorrow as well. Jim, you're staying up late with your Seestar, the Eastern Veil Nebula. That's wonderful. Yeah, the nebula, man, the Seestar, this telescope does a great shot of deep space, like nebula, galaxies. I want to get the pinwheel galaxies in southern pinwheel. I was trying to get that yesterday. Craig Campbell, another member. Welcome. Craig Campbell, a member of the Titan Orion of the Astro Room channel. Thank you for becoming a member. Craig, you're a huge supporter of this channel. Watching from Las Vegas. Yes. I love Las Vegas. I love the City of Lights. And so awesome that you have your Seestar there with you. Guys, it doesn't matter how light polluted where you live in your location at night. I mean, for me and like Craig in Las Vegas, you know, we live in very light polluted places. I live in a Bortle 8. We can still see amazing, beautiful shots of space in our location. So if you live in darker, you know, if you're out in the country perhaps, or you're out in skies that are where you can see more than 20 stars, get yourself this scope if you don't have it already, because you're gonna get addicted to it. If you love space, if you love astronomy, if you want it to be easy, yes, this is the scope. This is your go-to scope. Hello from Scotland and welcome. You saw the Northern Lights. Mihi, yes, thank you. I'm glad you got to see the Northern Lights. All the way in South Carolina, looking at the Northern Lights, Chris. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's what I'm talking about right there. Look at all these sunspots. You know, then a lot. I was gonna say a few months ago when I was looking at the sun live through this scope, there wasn't as many sunspots. So that's why we are reaching solar maximum, potentially already in solar maximum, according to scientists, according to the latest news. If you guys have been following my channel for a while, you know that I am all about researching and keeping up to date with what is happening with space. Obviously, because that's what we love, is space, right? All of us here. All of you with me. And I am keeping up with everything that's happening. So potentially solar maximum right now. That's why these sunspots are wild stuff. If you were looking at the sun perhaps months ago, maybe, you know, not as many sunspots, and go back and compare. If you have video or pictures of your sun before, if you have a picture of Sol, right? It's just intense activity. That's why we keep tracking live the sun and monitoring it live through a smart telescope. Welcome, Scott from Florida. Thank you for those of you that have joined the channel memberships, because your chats get highlighted to me and I can address you quickly. Thank you. Yes, Scott, I've been, I'm addressing those of you now in the horizontal stream. Yes, T. Corona Borealis. I have been pretty much like non-stop, even looking at it, or I should say, because like I said, I do a lot of research. I'm always online educating myself to, you know, as well. But I'm always looking up to see what others are grabbing as well. It's a 10 plus magnitude right now, you know, so we know it's there. It's just not yet, it hasn't gone nova, but I am definitely checking up stuff on the Blaze Star Corona Borealis. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I made a video about it. There's a new star that's going to be in the sky soon, so check that out. Yes, Cody, and welcome to this live stream of the sun through a telescope. That's right, we are looking at the sun live right now. Keeping in mind that these sunspots that you're seeing are huge and many Earths wide in diameter. I'm talking about like 10, 12 Earths or more. Hit me with a like and subscribe if you haven't, if this is your first time. Scott, let me know, have you been looking at Corona Borealis as well? And have you been looking at it through your Seestar or another telescope or binoculars? It's a new star, guys. It's going to come out in the night sky soon. It's a once in a lifetime, every 80 years. Hello, Mardo from Armenia in the vertical stream. Welcome to the channel. Hit subscribe if you're loving this. Hit me with the like as well. We are using the Seestar S50 Smart Telescope. What time is it in Armenia right now? I'm curious where you're watching from, Mardo. Anybody watching from the UK or the EU or South America or Mexico, Latin America? Me too, Jim. I really want to get it. I really want to get it. I recently called a telescope, a famous telescope store not too far from my area, and they were talking to me about the Lunt, so I've been doing a lot of research into it. Taco Loco, welcome. Thanks for joining from Mexico. Yo también hablo español. Así que si quieren escribir en español, yo hablo español. Estamos viendo el sol en vivo en un telescopio inteligente. I was addressing my Spanish viewers. Feel free to speak Spanish in the chat. Frank Wood in Vegas, another Vegas viewer, just like Craig Campbell, who recently became a member of the channel. Thanks, Craig, again. Welcome, Frank Wood. Look at this sunspot, guys. I'm just gonna... Let me see how much I can zoom into this. Might get slightly distorted a bit as I'm zooming in, but... This is wild. I think it's the biggest one right now. You guys see this? What on earth? This telescope is so worth it. Welcome, Isaiah. We're looking at the sun live through a telescope. As a starter, this telescope, check out all my other videos as well on this channel, but this scope is super beginner friendly, user friendly. For those of you not advanced in the night sky and space still, this scope is just very user friendly. Even children as young as 12, 8 years old are using this scope because it's so, look at that sunspot, guys. It's so easy to use. And this channel is dedicated all to this particular smart telescope, how to use it, tips, tricks, hacks, how to make your life easier using this telescope. It's like a giant instruction manual for this telescope. That's what this channel is. And we do live streams, live space streams all the time. It's one of the most affordable smart telescopes that you can get for the price. It's a great bang for your buck. Chris, it's a frowny face. I didn't think of it that way, but I'm gonna take a picture of this. I'm gonna screenshot it now that you said that. That is hilarious. It looks like a frown face. Oh, that's so, it's actually so cute. I never thought I would say that. I never thought I would say that looking at a sunspot, but it is actually looking cute. And I want to zoom in more now. Oh man, we're zooming into this sunspot. We've got a giant frown face on the sun. The sun is not happy. The sun is not happy today, guys. Frank, if you buy it with my link in the description, unfortunately, I don't have any discount code with it. Like, because, you know, I'm not sponsored by any telescope company. I'm just bringing this on my own, guys. Telescope companies are not paying me, not even the one that owns this scope, that created this scope, to bring you these streams. So I don't have any, I wish I had discount codes. But if you do purchase it through there, check it out. I have 3 links. You can get it on Amazon, High Point Scientific, or directly with the Seestar. Oh, it's windy. It's windy. It's shaking up on me. Oh, it didn't like it that I zoomed into the frowny face. I love this. But what was I saying? So with this telescope, if you do get it through one of the links in my description, it does support my channel because it gives me, it's at no extra cost to you to buy it through those links, but it gives me a very small commission. You know, it's just a way to support. So thank you should you choose to get this telescope through those links. I'm never gonna get over the frowning sunspots now. You guys see that? Insane. I think this needs to go viral, guys. Hit me with a like. I think this needs to go viral. The frowning sunspot. We're gonna zoom in like crazy now. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you for bringing me some awesome humor to my day. Oh, man. This is, guys, take a screenshot of this. Post it on social media. Tag me. I have Instagram, so look at the link in the description. I have Instagram. And you can follow me on there. And tag me if you post this. Astro Room official Instagram account. Check out the link in the description. I love this. This needs to go viral. So hit me with some hearts, with some likes, subscribe. Oh, I love this. The sun live through a telescope, and it is frowning right now, not happy. It is having one bad day. Mardo, you're asking about the telescope. Is it a refractor or reflector? What a wonderful question. This is a high quality refractor telescope. Produces very, I would say, very decently sharp images. According to their own site, it is a triplet apochromatic refractor telescope. It uses algorithms to better enhance your images. It's a beautiful scope. Only weighs about 6 pounds, which is 3 kilograms. You can literally take it anywhere. It comes with the free mobile app. And with the Seestar app, it's right there on your phone. You can look at it. You can look at, right, any object, deep space object live. On your mobile app, you don't have to be outside. You leave your scope outside, and you look at it from the comfort of your own phone. You're looking at, or your own home, and from your phone you can look at these objects, space objects: the sun, the moon, deep space nebula, galaxy, stars, globular clusters of stars. You leave this telescope outside and you just relax inside your home while you're having dinner. You can mirror it to a TV, guys. You can mirror this to a TV. I've done that while I'm having dinner, and I just want to, I want to have the full moon out. The full moon. I'm looking at it through the telescope, but I'm monitoring it directly and looking at it on my TV. Huge, right? It's awesome. It's awesome when you can mirror it to your TV. Like if you have Apple TV, have you tried it? Those of you that have this scope, don't you guys just love this frowny face on the sun? This insane sunspot? Gotta love it. I'm taking more screenshots of this, as a matter of fact. Chris, the sunspot is coming around. So 2 weeks ago, it's predicted, if you're referring to the one that caused the Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis, AR3664. 2 weeks ago, they said it would come back around within 2 weeks, which is like tonight, like now. And it most certainly is very close to that. That prediction was almost spot on accurate, because it's on the southeast limb of the sun right now. We cannot see it. It's way too much in the corner. But the Space Weather Prediction Center has created, has pictures up already of the flares that it's causing. So if this thing can hold out, comes back around to see, to our side, we'll be able to maybe perhaps get Northern Lights again, or Aurora Borealis. Yes, it does have a go-to system. So many of you guys here on the chat, I want to address as many as I can. Frank Wood, I agree with you 100%. What's, the most beautiful thing? I'll address your other questions in the chat, guys. I'm seeing what you guys are saying. Frank Wood, you're asking, those of you on my horizontal stream, the bigger stream, I have 2 streams ongoing. If you're wondering, like, who am I talking to? I'm like I've got two separate streams going. It's the same thing, but one is on vertical mode, one is on horizontal mode. So, in case you're curious, I'm addressing different questions to different ones. So, what I wanted to say, Frank, is that in all of you, that is one of the most awesome things about this telescope. Is that, and not just this telescope, but any, and about space in general, is that nature, right? You never know what you're gonna see. It's just natural, it's beautiful, it's precious, it's priceless, just like you said, Frank. And every day and every night, you know, every day is a new day. Every night is a new night, so to speak, because, you know, the Earth is orbiting, the sun is orbiting, planets orbit, you know, all this stuff. So it's like new constellations in the sky, in a sense, like new ones to see depending on the season. You know, they come back around, right, is what I mean. You know, different objects in space to see on different at a different time, at certain times, at different seasons, depending where you live, northern or southern hemisphere. You know, if you live in the northern hemisphere, you can travel to the southern hemisphere and see stuff you haven't seen. For instance, I want to see one day Alpha Centauri through my scope, the closest star near our sun, and it's so popular. But you know, that's mainly in the southern hemisphere where you can see that. So yeah. And Mardo, it does have a go-to system. It does have a go-to system. So it gives you on the app, it's just, you just put in, it'll let you know what's like, what you can see that night. The night's best object, whether it's a particular galaxy or nebula, right? And you can, you know, just go to it and it'll track it for you. This scope, like I said, has its own built-in Wi-Fi. So yeah, it knows your location. You can put in your coordinates. If you travel somewhere that there is no Wi-Fi, don't worry. I've taken this scope out to where like there's no Wi-Fi, obviously. Yeah, and it's cool because I just enter the coordinates. You prepare yourself where you know, if you know you're not gonna have Wi-Fi, find the coordinates of the location, and it'll find it. The telescope itself will know where it is, right? These are smart telescopes, right? It knows the location. It knows what's up in the sky exactly in your location and what you can see. Craig, this is amazing footage, indeed. I don't even know if anybody has said that this sunspot, I want to look up what particular number, if anybody knows what particular specific sunspot this is, like the number, is this AR3663? I'm not sure. Oh, it's so windy. So if anyone knows, I should look it up right now. If anybody knows what sunspot exactly number this is. How is this not trending? The frown face on the sun right now. The frowny face. Guys, you see all that? It looks like unstable a bit. It's only, just know that if you don't have this telescope and you're wondering why it's so shaky on the screen, I battle with winds. So if it's very windy, if you have light winds, it'll do fine. But I'm battling some winds. I want to change out my tripod to this scope. Maybe something even more sturdy. You know, because I battle with winds in my location all the time, so it's not gonna be shaky like this, right? It's when I have no wind, it's like beautiful. It's beautiful and non-shaky, very stable. If you're loving this, hit me with a like. And some subscriptions. Here we go. I'm gonna zoom out. Wow. Just to show you guys, those of you curious, and this telescope, I'm gonna exit, and this is the app. Okay, this is the app, and then if I look at my Sky Atlas, you see how it's tracking the sun. It does I would say a good job of tracking the sun. It doesn't look like it's in the center right now, but no matter what, we still have it on synced and tracking. Okay, I'm gonna go back. To get the sun live again. There we go. Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Look at that. That's what you gotta love about this scope. That's what you gotta love about it. Ivan, welcome. Thank you for joining the Astro Room channel. I did not see the auroras. I went out literally chasing auroras. So when I found out about it, I was outside like crazy trying to get it, but it was extremely cloudy in my location. I'm so sad. And I went out the next day, 3 hours out from my location to a national park to get away from city lights, and about 2.5 hours out. And unfortunately, the next day, that day that I went out, there was no northern lights. I stayed out super late, past midnight at the park. Incredible to see so many people there, though. I would say thousands of people were there. Thousands, because they were hoping to catch the northern lights. They were, when I was leaving, knowing and seeing that, hey, there's no northern lights tonight. It was like this one event yesterday, the day before. I'm not joking, guys, hundreds of people lined up going in at 1 a.m., 1:30, 2 a.m. to go into the park. It was incredible to see that. How many people love space, you know? How many people are just digging this? What's going on, Sean Lay? Welcome. Thanks for joining, Sean. You were there at the national park. I know. You only saw headlights. That's the only kind of lights I saw that night, too. Chris, I'm on Instagram. The link in the description, you should be able to see it. And you can follow me on there, Chris, and let me know it's you. Send me a little message. Yeah. I don't know how well the vertical stream will show you. But if you go to the main page of the channel, most definitely, Chris, I have Instagram, and you can actually, you know what? I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it in the chat to make it easier. All right. I'll put it in both chats, my Instagram, if you guys want to follow me on there. There we go. Welcome, Nira. 4 days until, yes, the Dwarf 3. Anybody planning on getting the Dwarf 3 telescope? I'm so curious about it, too. Ivan, I do observe and take photos of deep sky. Most definitely. Most definitely. And I do live streams all the time. Catherine, welcome. Thank you for joining the channel. We're looking at the sun live through a telescope, and I'm glad that you love astronomy and photography. Hey, you put them both together, right? You get astrophotography, and that's what you can do with this smart telescope. I do live streams with this telescope. You can do your own astrophotography. I think we've hit a record today on this channel with dozens and dozens and dozens of subscribers, guys, since I started the live streaming of the sun just for today. So thanks to all of you. And if you're new, consider subscribing. Check out the links in the description. I have space merchandise exclusively. You won't find that anywhere else. If you subscribe as a member, so I have a membership on this channel, you can get discounts on my space merch as well, on one of the membership tiers. So check out the space merch. Feel free to donate to the channel, whether it's through a super chat right now. If you're loving this, feel free to donate at the links in the description. There's a link with something called Buy Me a Coffee. Another donation link. Welcome, Z Ace. Yeah, if you want to, that's awesome that you love astrophotography. You want to get into it. If you want to make it super easy and simple for you to have something kind of on the side, this telescope is the way to go. User friendly. The setup is quick. In less than 5 minutes, you're looking at deep space. You're looking at the sun, the moon, nebula, galaxy. Incredible stuff. Shout out Nira, New York Raider fan. Yes. Thank you everyone for joining. I will be back on tonight with more live deep space. And while I take a little break right now, I've been on for a while. And check out this channel, the other videos, to see more about this telescope, the Seestar S50. Your giant instruction manual to this telescope. That's what this channel is about. Telescopes, space, how to use smart telescopes. All right, stay with me. Stay with me. I'll be on tonight. Chris, where are you watching from, if you don't mind me asking? No pressure. Tell me again. I'm sorry if I forgot. If it's not too late for you tonight, I would love for all of you to join me. Guys, abnormally hot summer. I'm looking at space news right now. KTLA, which is a sort of local news channel here in my area, they're saying abnormally hot summer is forecasted, and I'm curious. This could be due to the intense sun activity. Chris, South Carolina. So it's got to be 8:30 or so p.m. over there. Okay. Wow. When I'm on at, 8 o'clock my time, it's like 11 for you. So it might be a little late for you when I get on later. So sorry about that. But if you're on still, that'll be awesome. If not, catch the rerun of the live stream perhaps tomorrow. Thanks, Chris. Guys, before I go, I want to say I was imaging last night Comet C-23 A3 Tsuchinshan Atlas. Virtual Telescope Project posted some new images of this. It's a really cool... I don't know why it's not on trending, on the news or on social media enough right now, but it's a cool... comet to get on your scope. I'm gonna put it really quick on the stream. I'll put the name of it. So if you have a telescope, if you have this one, any telescope, look up this one. I was looking at it last night. I'm writing it in the chat. Has a cool name. And it has a tail. So that's it. It's the magnitude, I believe it's over 10, so it wasn't like super, I would say it wasn't super like where you're like, oh, whoa, but you can see it and you can see the tail. And that surprised me. So despite the magnitude at a 10 or so, 10 plus, it was right there in the telescope. You could see the tail of the comet, and it's got some color. Thanks, everyone.